So I fucking love Fooly Cooly. One of my favorite anime ever made. God-tier animation and direction coupled with some really well-developed theming and characters, with that unbridled feeling of pure nostalgic joy when you see someone gushing about stuff they love. It's got this pure, beating heart at its core that shines through in every scene. It also doesn't hurt that the pillars rock hard as fuck. The best part of original Fooly Cooly for me is the theming and characters. The really human feeling, and all the themes explored in those brief 6 episodes are so fascinating. What it means to truly grow up is a hard theme to really tackle well, but Fooly Cooly does it with flying colors, and it's one of those pieces of media that I think had a huge impact on me when I first watched it, 13 years old? Anyway, Fooly Cooly's sick. Can't say the same for Progressive. I don't know what the fuck the team for that project was thinking, but hoo boy. Subpar visuals, subpar directing, subpar writing, subpar everything really. And I know episode 5 is gorgeous, but that doesn't excuse the other 5 episodes looking like shit. However, I think its worst offense is that it seemed to not understand the beating heart behind Fooly Cooly. There's the meta-narrative argument that Cartoon Cypher went for in the really good video over on that channel, but it almost feels unintentional to me. Also, Progressive seemed to focus way more on the lore and world of Fooly Cooly, which was stupid. The lore of Fooly Cooly's horseshit. Medical Mechanica, Atomisk, Space Cops, all that nonsense is horseshit. It's there to be cool. Atomisk is symbolic for true, unattainable adulthood, yeah, but Medical Mechanica exists to give a villain for Haruko to be fighting in the background, and to give the animators an excuse to go wild with mechanical design and cool fights and shit. Because Fooly Cooly is at its core a celebration of cool shit you loved in your childhood. Because it has this deep quality to its writing and theming, it's the second layer and icing to the delicious treat of a cake that is Fooly Cooly 1. Also, to be honest, Haruko's probably the weakest part of Fooly Cooly. She's cool and all, and has some sick moments and one-liners, and has a really awesome design, but she's a petulant child that doesn't learn anything throughout the show. Same with Progressive. Progressive had so much jerking off of Haruko, and even when Hidomi calls her out on it, it doesn't really amount to anything, because Haruko doesn't fucking learn anything. She doesn't... Ugh. What I'm getting at is Fooly Cooly Progressive is dumb, and poopy, and dumb. Fooly Cooly Alternative is not dumb, or poopy, or dumb. I feel like Fooly Cooly Alternative, or the team behind it anyway, really understood the true appeal to Fooly Cooly. That is, the theming and characters. Each of the 4 main girls in Alternative has more character development than the entire cast of Progressive combined. Not to mention, Alternative has a different overall theme and message to it that complements the originals. Cartoon Cypher's video on Progressive is great and all, but Progressive felt like a hot mess thematically. I don't know what the fuck it was trying to say. At the end of Alternative, I felt like I had a strong as fuck grasp on the theming and characterization of each of the characters. Also, something that I think works super well with Alternative is it playing up the quote-unquote alternative nature to it. There is a lot of parallels between original and Alternative that actually work and feel earned compared to Progressives. Episode 4 of Alternative is a sports episode. 5 has the giant hand robot, all that shit. But in Alternative, these feel earned as hell, and work to paint these themes in a familiar coat of paint, with a twist. It almost feels like a really loose AU at times. Also, I can't understate how good the theming of Alternative is. It's really good, and complements the original really well, with its themes of childhood, and what it means to grow up and be an adult in a world where everyone seems to not understand themselves. Fooly Cooly Alternative has themes of growing up too, but also of moving on from being a kid. It's never at odds with the theming and message of the original, but instead feels like an addendum. All its covering of splintered friendships, trying too hard to be likable, not respecting your friends or their wishes, all of it is stuff that feels like good supplemental material to the original in a strong and interesting way. Fooly Cooly Original is about childhood. I wanted Progressive to be about, being a teenager, and I wanted Alternative to be those last couple years of teenagerhood, your senior year of high school, when things are really changing fast. Fooly Cooly 1 is a thing I wanted to watch and needed to watch when I was 13, and trying to be too mature and to grow up too fast, being shamed for wanting to be a kid in a climate where everyone else I knew outside of my friend group was growing up faster than I ever thought kids could grow up. Alternative is a thing I need to watch now, when I'm 21 and starting to feel disillusioned with life, even more so than I already was, with my old friends and life moving by so fast, feeling trapped and like the world is starting to slip by me faster than I can catch up. Wanting to just pause time and spend the rest of my days goofing off and ignoring my problems, and not growing as a person. Progressive made me feel nothing, and that's why Progressive is a bad sequel, and Alternative is a great sequel.
ち合わ